Hello and welcome to the Top of the Slag Pile. Just three normal guys talking about the issues that really hit you right now. Is the village magister exiling your grandmother for the third week in a row? Does the cockerel refuseth to croweth thrice each Sunday morn? Is the devil in your gruel? We shall tell you. We want to hear from you. And by we I mean Eric Cabbage and Will Brown. How are you, fellas?
I tried my hand at whittling briefly.
Hey!
Because my sister bought me a whittling knife for Christmas. Whittling knife.
Is this the first whittling thing you've whittled?
It's the first whittle I've ever whittled. And it's a tiny little oak leaf, because that was the thing that I was given. And it turns out it's not easy, feels time-consuming, and honestly, I'd rather just use a Dremel and get it done in 5 minutes.
Fair enough.
But I do appreciate it, and I imagine that it is one of those things where if you give it to someone and you've painstakingly done it for about 3 days, it feels meaningful when they snap it in half.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because they can snap it in half in front of you and watch the life just leave your eyes as you remember the hours of whittling.
Exactly.
So what's the difference between a whittling knife and a knife, Will? Is it really just its vocation?
No. Well, I guess, to be honest with you, yeah, but it's got a thick back to it. Like you can get a nice thumb on.
Oh,
nice.
I see, yeah.
A nice thick back.
That is a thick back.
It's a thick back and a thin blade. But yeah, it comes in an unreasonably large sheath for how big the knife is.
Whoa! That's
a bit silly, that.
Overcompensating or something.
It is, honestly. It feels like it's going to be some sort of sword, and then you pull it out and it's some little diddy boy.
Yeah,
that looks like a...
that's an experience.
It's the over-promising millionaire penis, basically.
That looks like a pig stabby blade.
A pig stabby blade? What?
For checking the fat.
What?
Checking the depth of fat on a pig. It looks like one of them. Just a little short blade to...
Do you do this when they're dead?
No.
No, you just stab the pig when it's alive.
I mean, what's the point of doing it when it's dead? You can't fatten it. You can't...
I guess you're just no checking at that point, really. But I didn't realise that we just walked around stabbing pigs.
I don't think
only
they do anymore. I think it might be an outdated practice, but it was a thing.
Is this just another part of your Victorian childhood coming back?
Finally,
around?
Yeah,
I didn't need to say
stabbing pigs.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm just glad it's someone else, because I constantly get told that I had a Victorian childhood from my mates.
Nothing like this.
You live in a Victorian house with a service bell.
Well, yeah. So the fact that someone has had a more Victorian upbringing than me brings me great joy.
Hazlitt balls,
yeah, like,
chimneys, light up little train of candles.
Exactly.
And then stabbing pigs on weekend.
I'd go around the pig pens on a weekend and
throw crab apples at them.
Give them a little stab and go, yep, that one's ready to be Hazlitt.
Yeah. Eventually stop, have a sit down, drink some typhoid water.
Very oddly branded at the time.
Well, that's what Tizer used to be. Its original branding was typhoid water, and like Coca-Cola, it's come a long way from its origins. Of
basically after the experts and the scientists started spouting their techno babble, they decided that people worked out that typhoid was bad, so Tizer really had to change it up.
Yeah. And typhoid is still in there, but so they've kept the original ingredients, but what they've done is just added enough other chemicals and all sorts just to neutralise the typhoid.
Yeah,
but it is every bottle of Tizer does start off with typhoid, but it can't survive. Can't survive in what Tizer has become.
That's fun. Well, thank you for this harrowing PSA on typhoids and Tizer and.
I think it's
Victorian
time people knew the truth. I'm sick of sitting here, day in, day out, sweating my absolute cock off, mainly because it's too warm, and people don't know the truth. People don't know about Tizer typhoid. People don't know about the big conspiracy where fucking squares, the little chips, they actually are scraped from the back of Elon Musk. They just take it off and they put salt and vinegar on it. And they stick it on the back of a large semi on a hot day, and it fries them. It crackles them like pig fat. and they put it in little bags and sell it. But people don't know. People aren't told the truth. People are told things like there's another crest of COVID coming. I mean, what experts have told you that? Tell me. I mean, I bet you can't. You can't tell me that. You know, we've got a cost of living crisis. I've not seen. You know, when I've been out there paying £20 for a can of baked beans, I've not seen this cost of living crisis. But no one's talking about the squares or the typhoid.
No. It gets lost in the more meaningless things, doesn't it, Finn?
It does.
That's what you're telling me.
Absolutely, it does.
I'm glad you're here to shine a light on this important issue.
Thank you.
Yeah, and as we all know, COVID stopped happening.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
One of us doesn't currently have it, and another one of us hasn't really just had it a couple of weeks ago. That's
no, definitely not. That would be
not a thing
ridiculous.
anymore. No.
One of us definitely riddled with it.
And Finn, you had it like a couple of months back as well, didn't you?
Yeah,
we've all had it in the last 4 months.
Yep. It was a horrible time. I genuinely hated it.
I never had it during the whole height of lockdown. In the 2 years of properly, it's COVID now. Never had it. And then, and would you look at that when all the restrictions go away?
Yeah, even
we all get it.
Even the sensible people get it. And I say sensible. We probably weren't the most sensible. But I imagine we weren't just breaking rules willy-nilly.
No. I wasn't being silly. I was just being frivolous.
No.
This is the Teetotal Recovery Podcast. Expect low effort, low banter, low entertainment. Thanks for listening.
Put the sauce down.
I'm a lot closer to 30 than I am 7.
Would you like to do a segment?
I'd love to.
All right. I've done a segment.
Okay.
That was fun. Tune in next week.
So I've decided that we're going to do an agony aunt section.
Oh.
Now, we don't have an agony aunt per se, but we do have Finn Tenderstem as Uncle Anguish and Will Brown, a distressed uncle. So I'm gonna read out a few entries to agony aunt sections that obviously haven't been sent to us because
okay.
we didn't ask anyone to.
No.
I never ask anyone what's wrong.
But these are all fairly generic problems, I think. So people will have them and we can answer them for them.
Okay.
Cool. Looking forward to it.
If it's not lather them in butter, then I'm going to be disappointed in the answer to the question.
You can't just piece...
Oh no, you're answering it. I'm not going to just read you out the question and the answer.
You can't piece out now and just decide that your answer to every question is lather them in butter.
It seems like a reasonable solution to most
problems. Bit of butter getting a treat.
Yeah, a lovely bit of back.
Speaking of which, I overheard that on a bus in South Shields.
What?
A bit of butter getting a treat.
To be fair, yeah, there you go. I wouldn't suspect anything less of the South Shields than South Shieldians.
Right. Would you like your first question?
Please.
Here we go.
For the uncles. Is my boyfriend using COVID as an excuse to ignore me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
And if he's wise,
zero delay.
And if he's wise, it'll be long COVID.
Yeah, that's the one. It's like herpes. It's going to keep coming back.
I mean, that's quite a length to go to.
What?
To use COVID.
It's the easiest excuse in the book. The only reason I never used it was because I was so proud of boasting about not having it for so long until I got it.
So, what do you think this is? This is just blackcurrant juice on this. It's not real. Emily's here at the minute.
For the benefit of the listeners, he was just showing his penis. It was a COVID test.
The big black line on it.
Taped to his penis. Please just put it away. Well, we're sick of it.
Oh well.
It's been a long day.
Okay. I'm not sure who to direct this one at. Mel, how can I stop feeling like such a failure in life?
Pick things up, put them down again. Do that for a while and you'll feel better. Both with penis and with weights. There you go.
Lift it up, pop it down.
Yeah.
That's the answer to that.
Down, pass it around, and that's how you get syphilis.
Again. Second time we've done that one. I think the main way of not feeling like such a failure in life really is stop fucking whining about it to us on the internet. Maybe identify the problem.
Don't ask a newspaper.
Yeah, don't ask any kind of forum, because they'll be horrible like I just was.
I mean, my truthful answer to this is have lower expectations. If you're always prepared for the worst, middling is great.
Middling's not that bad then.
Actually, that's true. Yeah. Maybe just
that didn't go so bad actually.
Adjust the boundaries. So, at what point does failure become a great success? Move the goalposts.
I lost an arm doing an explosion, but I'm alive and I won't do that again. So, I think it was a success. I learnt not to mess with TNT that day.
Focus on intention, not consequence. And I never meant to blow those people up. I did, but the thought was there.
Beautiful. Next, please.
Why is my partner spending so much time at his mother's house? Will, why are you spending so much time at your mother's house?
Currently, because I live there. I mean, there you go.
But you could not. Answer. You have the means.
I do, but it's cheap at the minute. And I'm not going to move out until I can have a house.
Oh.
That's my plan at the minute.
Because you need to have that garage so that you can make all of your furniture.
Basically, at minimum, I need a place for all my furniture that I can build. That's what I require. So I'm not moving out until I get my shed.
I think the answer is fairly obvious. To be honest, the only reason why anyone would spend that much time around their mother's house is that beneath the house there is a large laboratory filled with the bodies of travellers, passers-by, where they can suck out the life force, steal the money from their wallets, make wigs from their hair, and possibly pianos from their teeth. And
harvest them nose to tail.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not a bit is wasted. And to be honest, whilst you may think that's something weird, I think you should embrace it. Become part of the family. It's probably
you're safe.
Yeah, it's probably a means of extra income as well, and we all need a side hustle. So instead of asking why is my husband spending so much time at his mother's house, think, how can I support my husband in spending so much time at his mother's house?
Also, skinning and preparing meat is a life skill. It's an important life skill. What happens when the world ends and Will goes full Mad Max? Mm-hmm. You're gonna want that person around
with their pig knife.
Necessary.
The one with their pig knife, the one that can skin and butcher a human being. You're gonna want that person around.
Yeah.
Well, I think that one was very clearly and concisely answered.
Yeah. Don't question it. It's probably a good thing.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. Stop worrying about it. It'll be fine.
Keep them close.
But keep their mother closer.
Oh, I did like this one because it's just silly. How can I tell my boss I have feelings for him before I leave the country?
Oh.
It's a little bit to unpack there.
I mean, it depends.
Don't. You're leaving the country.
It depends. Do they have a significant partner? Could you feasibly hide under their desk before they came into the office?
Like a desk rabbit?
You
don't want to be that.
Also, I mean, you've just stuck a scenario in on this one immediately. Well, you're adding problems to problems now.
It's complex enough as it is.
Is it though?
I tell you what, the only way you should.
Like it shouldn't be.
The only way you can tell your boss.
This is the thing that you're leaving.
The only way you can tell your boss
so just drop a nuke.
that you love him before you're leaving the country is by making sure that he has a partner and sucking his dick under a desk. That doesn't help anything.
It was very much an either-or situation, anyways. But the way I see it is, you're leaving the country, so you can drop the nuke and just skedaddle. And the best thing that can happen is they follow you, and the worst thing that can happen is they don't follow you. And to be honest with you, if they don't follow you, that's a good thing. So it's a win-win as far as I'm concerned.
Why
suck the dick, drop the nuke, and leave?
Why are they leaving the country? Do you think? What have they done?
Well, what do they expect their boss to do with that information? If they're handing in their notice, and the reason they're handing in their notice is they're leaving the country, and then just as a side, do you want to have a little go? Just Yeah.
Just a quick one.
Just a quick one before I flee.
And overcomplicate things unnecessarily. I think it's not a question of how. I think it's a question of don't. I think it's don't. I think it's just don't. Simply don't. And
simply don't. Simply leave it.
Yeah.
No, each to their own.
Just bottle that up.
Yeah. I do think that simply don't is a much better answer than what other uncle said. What Uncle Will in the shed said.
Simply don't is not what got my furniture made. Simply don't is not what put a man on the moon. Simply don't is not what. It's not what started an empire. Next question.
Simply don't stopped a lot of syphilis, Will. No argument is straightforward.
Okay. How can I get out of the black hole I am stuck in?
I'll let you know.
Tragic.
Another super open-ended question there to direct at a newspaper.
Let's go literally like Will's about to do. And
because he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Of course he's going to do that. He's going to talk about actual black holes.
Yeah, we're going to talk about time, aren't we? In space. And what's it? Matthew McConaughey's behind the fucking bookcase again. Talking to his fucking daughter. Spoilers for Interstellar.
Oh, I've not seen that film. I thought you'd just gone mad.
No, I haven't seen that either. I thought this was just another one of Finn's mad tangents. I've just been watching Magic Mike.
I thought this was just off the top of his head again.
Matthew McConaughey.
It's just old school biblical fear and Matthew McConaughey whispering behind his furniture.
All right.
Oh. That's a movie I'd pay to see.
First of all, I wouldn't actually bother watching Interstellar. I know everyone fucking loves it, but it's really long.
I've heard it was dog shit.
And oh my goodness. But yeah, getting out of the black hole you're in.
I think I should just wait it out.
Simply don't.
Simply don't.
What I learnt from the last question is simply don't.
Simply don't. Never brushed my teeth in the morning, Will.
Simply don't.
Simply don't. Never got Matthew McConaughey out from behind my bookcase.
Now, is this bookcase, does it have a back to it, or can you see straight through to Matthew?
Matthew can,
that's so much
Matthew
better.
can see you, but you can't see Matthew.
So it's a one-way mirror.
One-way bookcase. Keep up.
A one-way bookcase mirror.
Yeah. And he puts his hand through it and draws in the dust. And I'm not even being weird. I'm just saying what happens.
This sounds like another Fever David Bowie
I'm very
song.
hot. I'm very hot, but I am recounting this tale correctly.
Well, I don't think we need to watch that movie anymore.
No,
that's pretty much all you need.
That's all. That's the takeaway. I'm gonna go with.
You've really got us the footnotes there.
It's all about Matthew McConaughey behind a bookshelf, drawing pictures in dust.
Yeah.
How can I still love the man I met online, knowing what I do now?
Is it okay, Emily? Will's not that bad. Okay, you just need to wait it out. I know the constant building of stands is weird. I know his obsession with calling anything with a flat surface and legs a stand is outlandish, but he will get better. And one day when you're in your room together and the ginger beer explodes all over you, actually the ginger beer sounds like something awful coming from Will, doesn't it? Don't start calling it that. That's not what I need.
It's gonna be the ginger beer.
I already had the ginger nuts.
You want a ginger beer? Just froths everywhere.
Crack open a ginger beer with me. I lost my train of thought now because I made an innuendo.
Well done. I'm very proud.
Yeah. What does she know now? And why does she still want to? So she still wants to love him, this man she met on the internet.
Yeah. Obviously what she knows now is not just a blanket. Well, no, then it's
it's really a scale, isn't it? It's a spectrum of what you know.
It's a shame that I know that now, because I've already decided I love him.
What would your prospective partners have to do for you to feel exactly like that? For you to go, I want to continue to love them, but But now I know what I know.
But now I know what I know, and I'm not comfortable.
Yeah, and I need someone to just give me that little.
I need
push.
someone to tell me to whether or not that is a deal breaker, because I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I'm blinkered at this point. I'm blinkered.
Yeah.
By my own ginger beer.
God, I don't know.
Well, that is an interesting one. That's a very fine line to walk, if I'm honest with you.
What if you find out?
Which is not what this podcast deals with.
Eric, what if after 15 years of just heavenly lovely relationshipy goodness, you find out that at one point she fisted a poodle.
Oh,
but it was it wasn't like 2007.
Well, that's weird because that's long before she qualified as a vet.
Okay, there you go.
That was the moment that sparked it all.
I guess in 2007 she'd have had very small fists in 2007 because she'd have been 10, I think. Yeah, she'd have been 10, so she would have had very, very small fists. And she's always wanted to be a vet. She's always loved animals, so I'm assuming I'd be fine with that. I think because I would assume that her intentions were pure.
Cool. Just because of the vet thing. In which case,
I'm assuming that would be scientific curiosity.
Cool. Okay, Big Willie style. What if exactly the same thing happened to you, and you found out that Em had done the same thing in 2007?
Yeah, Em's got no excuse there.
Because
I feel like it would just be some sort of countryside thing, like they put ginger in a horse's arse. Like, that's just what happens. And when a coming of age thing is to fist the poodle, I feel like it would just be another thing that I just didn't know. So I'd be fine with it.
What bizarre customs do you think go on in the countryside, and why are you fine with them?
Yeah, what do you think we've done?
Things these days. I've become a very accepting person, Eric, although you may not expect that from me. I just let people do that.
At what age do you think that Finn and I put the ginger up horses' arses to become men?
I believe that's where the phrase gingerly comes from. Is you stick a piece of ginger in a horse's arse.
That's not where that comes from.
I think you've just put...
Because if
you worked out that the
if you put ginger up a horse's arses, it goes off like a rocket.
Oh, is that what they do? I thought it was to get the tail to, stick up a bit.
It doesn't have to be ginger.
I don't know why it was always ginger.
I think if you do it with ginger, I think it's... I don't know, doesn't it? If it's peeled...
I think any do
you not get a bit of a heat?
Probably. But
do you get a bit
in
of
that case, why not use horseradish? Is that why it's called horseradish?
Is that what horseradish is?
Is that what it's called? Oh,
that's what it is.
Did we just do a smart thing on a podcast?
That's what it is. That's why it's called horseradish, isn't it? Because they put it up the bums.
And it makes him go.
It's a super spicy radish that you pop up there.
I think that might actually be a thing. Hang on.
I think that is it.
I'll do some research. Will.
So I don't know what the ginger's about. Or do you put ginger up something else's arse? Is it donkeys?
I don't want to know where Will's put ginger.
I need to know where this comes from now.
What?
I need to know where the origin of this comes from.
Wait, are you looking for ginger up the arse or horseradish?
I'm just looking for gingerly and want to know where the hell I've been going on the internet to find this.
Oh.
Oh.
The word horseradish is attested in English from the 1950s. It combines the word horse, brackets formerly used in a figurative sense to mean strong or coarse, and brackets, and the word radish.
Oh. Wait, horseradish is from the 1950s. It's not.
No, it's not. I did a mix up. 1590s.
1590s, right? Okay.
From the 1950s. It was a post-war wander route. Rationing had driven us to dig in the ground and find spicy radishes.
No one had eaten it before because it was far too spicy. But then everyone was stuck with the really poor cuts of meat because it's all they could afford. So they decided to try and spice it up with this horrible little radish. That until then had been entirely unpalatable. But rationing made it seem quite nice.
There you go. So it's not gingerly, it's gingering is what I'm thinking of, and it is where you shove a piece of ginger up a horse's
gingering sounds dirty, does it? That's like gravy boat.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But it doesn't have to be ginger. You could shove an onion or some peppers or a Tabasco up there.
Okay.
Is this what you're reading? Or is this just your own horrendous
literally
ideas?
just got a list of objects now. A list of objects that goes on ad nauseum that you could shove up a horse's arse.
That you could put up a horse's bum and it will have the same effect as a bit
pretty
of
much.
ginger.
Pretty much.
Bluetooth speaker.
It's an irritant. Bluetooth speaker. Bluetooth speaker playing Buble.
Oh.
Somewhat calming but irritating feature.
Have you got any more agony uncle questions?
We've got 2 more.
Okay.
Why does my boyfriend prefer to dress up than spend time with me?
Drag queen? I don't know.
You're
not interesting.
Dress up as what, though? Dress up might just mean to dress nice.
Yeah, but like, why is it either or? Why is spending time with his girlfriend?
Why can he not dress up and spend time with her? Or is she ashamed of the way he dresses up?
In which case,
furry. And refuses to spend time with him while he's dressed up.
Yeah. There's been a lot of poodle fisting in this one, isn't there?
Which sounds like a you problem and not a him problem. He should be with someone that accepts his dressing up.
Yeah, I love these kind of questions, because what answers do they expect to have if they don't give any other context to the situation?
Also, what if this is from, like, like in primary school, people go out with each other, but it's basically just a title. Maybe this is like a 10-year-old, and this boyfriend is just more enthralled by the dressing up box and would rather put a big hat on and pretend to be a pirate.
To be fair, I've met quite a few people that I would rather put a big hat on and pretend to be a pirate than hang out with.
I mean,
have you met a few that you'd rather do both with, though?
You guys mainly.
I have done that with Will.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did do it. Well, we've had a weird friendship, Eric.
With a lot of dressing up.
Yeah, well, a very concentrated amount of dressing up.
But you didn't need to dress up separately. So clearly, there's something wrong with the. I think there's a relationship thing there, as opposed to. We can't blame the dressing up at this point. We need to move.
I say get involved or get out.
Exactly. I think they need to accept the dressing up. Either just accept it and be around it, or join in.
Yeah, experience it.
Dress up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you dress up as well, then you're doing it together. It's a nice thing you can do together.
Yeah, I've never had more fun than dressing up as Pope Benedict and redacted.
What? Pope Benedict? Why are you Pope Benedict?
I don't know, and I immediately regretted going into what I was about to say, because it would have been...
Did you actually dress up as Pope Benedict?
Absolutely unusable. I actually did dress up as the Pope once for a bar crawl, yeah.
That's fun.
It was fantastic.
Were you in charge? Were you like leading the flock?
No, I just turned up, and it was basically.
No one else was in first
just me.
It was just you. Hi, I'm the Pope.
One of my friends.
I will bless you and your beer.
One of my friends at uni had recently done a thing where they'd done like a nuns and whatever party thing. Yeah. And he'd gone as a pope, and I was like, "Can I borrow that? Because I've got a fancy dress thing." I don't know if it was themed, but I turned up as the Pope, and I spent all night getting bought shots because I was the Pope, and blessing people, and it was just fantastic.
Speaking of conducting religious ceremonies while drunk, I went to a party that I thought was a fancy dress party, and it wasn't. I didn't go dressed as the Pope. I went dressed as a pirate, but it somehow. Everyone else was just dressed normally, but it somehow came about that. It was known that when I was a teenager, I signed up to be a reverend of some backwards church in America.
So did I.
What?
Yeah. It's a phase everyone goes through.
Was it the Universe Life Monastery of Seattle by any chance?
It could have been.
Yeah,
it could have been. It would have been something like that.
Sorry, why are you both reverends?
I was bored in an IT lesson.
I was bored in a music tech lesson, and 3 of us decided to become ordained.
Yeah, it was 3 of us. Yeah. We all got ordained.
I guess it's the Holy Trinity, isn't it? It calls to you through the power of Christ.
So I spent the entire party dressed as a pirate, conducting same-sex marriages, and it was lovely.
Did they want this? Did they appreciate this?
They did. Well, no, they asked me to. There were loads of couples that came up and asked me to marry them.
That's very sweet. You were both the captain and the reverend.
Yeah. Oh no, I wasn't. I was doing the ceremony. They married each other. I wasn't. I wasn't part of the marriage.
No, I meant as like the captain of a boat, because the captain of the boat could do it as well.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't that a
Yes.
thing?
That's a thing in international waters or something.
Is it still a thing?
Or is it? Or does it not? Or does it not have to be international waters? Is it just?
Is it just because you're a captain of a ship? You're just there.
It might actually just be an American thing.
Is it not just my boat, my rules? You're married now.
I think it might just be an American thing. I don't think I've only ever seen it in American films.
I feel like
and
in
TV.
some very rough naval culture, it'd probably be my boat, my rules. Now we're married, but it doesn't have a happy ending.
I want that on a T-shirt. I don't know why.
Both my rules.
We're married.
Now you're married.
We've got one more.
Oh my goodness.
Our relationship is very bog standard. Any advice?
Drain it.
Just
Get all that water out there. If it's
Bog standard.
there you go.
Slightly muddy.
very good.
Far too swampy.
Well done. Far too swampy.
What
Drain it.
drew me to this one is, what is bog standard for a
It depends.
relationship?
It's very much, in the eye of the beholder, that. If you're a German sex fanatic, then bog standard might be very different.
That's true. I mean, it sounds like the way it's phrased. It sounds like our relationship is. It's just we're going out. We occasionally have sex. We occasionally have an argument. It's generally nice. But I would like to inject some.
I'd like more extremes.
Yeah, I'd like to occasionally just stab him in the neck with an ice pick. I would occasionally just like to poison the lamb, and she just falls over.
Yeah. We're at a plateaued level of happiness, and I want more peaks and troughs.
Yeah, I want some excitement. I want the threat of death on a weekly basis.
I recommend for you, Madame LSD.
Wow.
I want fear
There
and
you
loathing.
go.
Yeah.
If you want extremes, then recreational drug use is the way to go.
That will get you there.
Not a sponsor.
That will get you some extremes.
Not sponsored.
Not a sponsor. Big recreational drug use. They're not a sponsor of us.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by Big Drug.
Right, that's the segment. You've agonised all the aunts.
I feel like I probably have.
Very
Yeah.
good. I won't be telling my aunt.
Oh God, no! My aunt can't know about this.
My aunt would probably be pretty cool with it, to be fair.
Actually, no. Yeah, mine would be fine with it. Okay, I'm gonna do a wee before we get into some usable content.
Now looking back on it, it's rather mundane.
I think this is going to be a rough one to screw content out of, isn't it?
It's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
It doesn't really matter. Whatever it was,
Doesn't
it was
matter.
absolute bullshit. Right. I have two segments, both of which might actually be okay, because one of them is the classic. It will be time for it at some point. It could be now, could be later.
Oh.
There's also my talking point. Which I know it's better than what Will just came up with. Because comparatively,
It was more of a small story.
Comparatively, I could have put a snail really close to the microphone and crushed it between my hands, and it would have been better than what you just said.
It's just
Wow.
rude, cruel, and unnecessary, sir.
It's such a horrible sound, though.
I can't remember the last time I stood on a snail. I know I was sad though.
I did it like a week ago.
Same. About
I
a week
was
ago.
I was locking my bike up, and then I heard the unmistakable sound.
You feel sad. One of my friends actually once walking through university campus at night, genuinely just accidentally kicked a hedgehog, and I've never seen someone so beside themselves. Like I felt terrible for the guy, but yeah, it squeaked and ran away.
Yeah, I'd feel like shit.
What?
How fast do they run though? They must be very slow.
They're not too slow, but they kind of trundle. Like you can tell where they are. They're not stealthy critters.
They can move when they want to though. Like they've got longer legs than you think. If you see the silhouette, if you see a silhouette of a hedgehog running, they've got probably surprisingly long legs. They can really move.
They just hide them underneath the soft little claws.
It's just they normally just sort of waddle about, like with.
And then when they want to move, they extend their legs and then start running like a house
They
on
sort of
stilts.
waddle around with their hands and elbows, essentially, almost touching the ground. And then when they want, they just sort of raise themselves up.
Yeah.
And then off they go.
Kind of reminiscent of a gazelle in a great fur coat when they're stood on there to their full potential.
Yes.
And and you can hear them gallop about the fields.
Yeah.
Braying. Will stop listening to me as soon as I started talking.
Honestly, I'm really struggling today.
I'll do my.
I'm dying
my
slightly.
So my talking point is the Zoom call, and I'm incorrect actually. It was an MS Teams call. No sponsors anywhere. I was on as in a meeting at work. It was quite a large one. There were lots of people there. But one of the main talkers, one of the main focal points of this meeting, she kept sort of nervously looking around her.
Ooh.
And was getting quite intensely irate at something, and you couldn't tell what it was. It was, and she almost had what I think is called an aura. You know, when you see people who are about to have a fit or something like that, and I was getting quite concerned. I couldn't actually concentrate on what was going on because I was just so worried about what the hell was going on with this woman. And she just kept on looking down around, and she kept on. Her head was going all over the place, and I was like, what's happened? And then finally, she unmuted, and she said, whilst whipping her head around and looking about with this strange grumbling noise around her. There was a strange grumbling background noise, and she said, "I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to go. The dog's just had a poo attack."
A poo attack, you say?
and then she went. And then she went, and we didn't see her again.
Oh my! That's a poo attack, you say? How much poo warrants a poo attack? A shit ton or a fuckload?
I don't know. I can only imagine from the amount she was looking around in abject horror of her environment. A poo attack it's no small thing. How
long had the poo attack been going on for before she said that? Or was that her looking around watching the dog displaying all the telltale signs of a coming poo attack?
I think maybe that's what it was.
I think it was the other.
Maybe
it was just going on so long that you had to stop. That she was like, well, it'll stop eventually, and work's important. And then
the first round of poo attack was like, okay, well that's done now. That's I'll just get on with this, and then I'll deal with it. But then,
as soon as it gets to my ankles, I'll say something.
As soon as the dog starts being propelled around the room, that's when you know that the poo attack's too far.
When it starts getting lift, then it's.
But it was the fact that clearly this poor dog, has suffered from whatever this is for so long that it's become common parlance. It's a used phrase in this person's
around
house.
the house. It's had a poo attack today.
The dog's it's having another poo attack. It's being attacked by its own poo from within. It's a volatile process. But yeah, so all I could do for the rest of the meeting was obviously turn off my camera, mute myself, and keep thinking about different possibilities of this and laugh constant. And I thought I should just bring it to this one because the situation was ridiculous. I went from being so worried about something to hilarity so swiftly when I found out that this terrier
was having a poo attack.
This terrier was having a poo attack.
Did you ever get an update from her as to the severity?
Yeah, have you seen her since? Was this the last poo attack?
So are our walls painted brown these days? Just to make the cleanup easier.
Was this the final push?
It was the very last poo attack.
Did she or both of them succumb?
Maybe, yeah. They both perished in this biological tragedy.
Thank you for that.
That was my talking point.
That was.
Do you know where she lives? Has her building been tented, like it's getting bug bombed or something?
No, just those guys from Monsters Inc. just bursting through the walls, having to contain it all.
Those are the only people that can deal with it now.
Yeah.
It's got to be the guys from Monsters Inc.
No one else.
Forget the fire brigade. It's time to call in the big guns.
Yeah.
This goes beyond government. This is Pixar's time to shine.
Yeah, when the SAS can't handle it anymore, then they give Pixar a ring.
Can we get the guys from Monsters Inc. in?
Can we have the Monsters Inc. containment unit, please?
Because this Iranian embassy siege is getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Send in Mike Wazowski.
The top of the slag pile does not negotiate with terrorists.
Ixnay on the axe fraud, Tay.
I've been out of the room.
I always describe them as the Cheryl Cole parachute pants.
Am I the weirdo? Am I the problem?
Are these things linked? To be honest, I think the last half hour was pretty decent.
He agrees so much he poured at me.
I made a stand for my mother's lime tree.
What are you doing down there?
We're all uncomfortably warm.
A bead of sweat dropped down my trousers.
If it's on the floor, it doesn't get much light, Eric.
Making her delicious to him.
But repulsive to herself.
You are going to be a menace in your middle age.
All your furniture in your house is going to be shit because you made it. Well then.
Thank you for that.
I think it's okay. But you're not about to thank me for what's about to happen.
Oh, I don't know about the accent. I'll try. I'll do my best.
It's time for a Geordie Reads.
Oh.
Right.
A Geordie does read.
Young...
A Geordie tries.
Yeah, he does. A Geordie has... He tries he's trying his best, okay?
A Geordie just shouldn't. That's what it should be called. Just don't.
Just...
A Geordie just don't.
Much preferred.
Right, my dear friend. I'm just finding the one... Because there were several possibilities for this one.
Mm.
And it's kind of an obvious one.
I'm surprised we hadn't thought of it earlier.
I think it is time. I think it's time to do this.
Okay.
What I want you to do is read the characters' voices as well as the narrator. I want to believe the interaction between the characters is actually happening between two characters and not just you talking in the same Geordie voice.
Okay. You want me...
I want you to perform, Will.
As an ill man, you are asking a lot. I'll do my best.
I know where Will's head is at right now, and we are asking a lot. COVID brain is real.
Right. I remember COVID brain, but I hope this might make this, even better, or possibly entirely unusable.
Wow. We can only see.
Oh, I'll use it.
Go on then. Oh.
I'm not going to look at it. Actually, I'm not going to read it. I'm going to take it.
I don't think you should. Yeah.
Straight from the Geordie's lips.
Straight. I feel like you're about to just decline.
Oh, okay.
I am just seeing the head just hit the desk.
Yeah. You cannot simply decline. I will get the legal team on it.
This is... Why have you done this to me? I was hoping that you'd have scripted this so that I could more easily interpret who was reading, but we'll go for it. It's not going to be in Geordie this week. I hope you're happy.
It'll just be in your own Geordie voice. Yeah, that's fine.
It'll be something. You're asking for two voices, so
yeah.
You are so beautiful, wife. He runs his hands down my leg, then grasps my left foot. You have such lovely legs. I want to kiss every inch of them. Starting here. He presses his lips against my big toe and then grazes the pad with his teeth. Everything south of my waistline convulses. His tongue glides up my instep, and his teeth skim my heel and up my ankle. He trails kisses up the inside of my calf, soft, wet kisses. I wriggle beneath him. Still,
Mr. Falcon,
he warns. And suddenly he flops me onto my stomach and continues his leisurely journey with his mouth up the backs of my legs to my thighs, my behind, and then he stops. I groan. Please. I want you naked, he murmurs, and slowly unlocks my corset, one hook at a time. When it's flat on the bed beneath me, he runs his tongue up my length of my spine.
A bastardo.
Please. What do you want?
Mr. Falcon.
His words are soft and close to my ear. He's almost lying on top of me. I can feel him hard against my behind. You. There you go. Take your blood money.
Thank you very much.
so much, Will. That was fantastic.
It was very well performed as well. That was up there with Shakespeare.
There was a lot more effort mustered for that than you let on was going to happen.
Yeah.
I didn't have to. I just went
you
for...
lowered our expectations way, way, way down before that.
Yeah.
Before you pulled that out your ass.
I tried to go for a terrible impression of Sean Bean. As
I mean, I didn't get that.
I just didn't get that at all. No,
mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished with a terrible impression of Sean Bean.
I needed the word bastard in there a few more times. But, there you go.
Actually, can you record you saying in both the woman's voice and the man's voice? Can you record yourself saying bastard? Because I'm going to replace the name. I don't think we should put a bastardo there. Or possibly
Mr. Falcon.
I'm just going to replace it with you saying bastard.
Okay.
On
moment.
I was going to say, can we have someone else do it? Just have you ever seen the TV edit of Die Hard?
No, I haven't. But what's going
Yippee-ki-yay,
on?
Mr. Falcon. Or sorry, no, it's Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
Oh, is that what you want? You want Finn to dub over
they
the
couldn't
voices?
say Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. They dubbed over motherfucker with Mr. Falcon. Because they didn't get Bruce Willis to say it. It was just, I don't know, whoever, the sound engineer editing it.
That's incredible.
Just, I can't leave that in. What'll fit the lips the same as motherfucker? Mr. Falcon.
Mr. Falcon.
So is Finn going to record over himself saying
Bastardo.
bastard?
I might just use the one that Eric does. So, actually, you can do that with the female, and I'll go a bastardo. And that can be the male.
I'm very happy.
Bastardo.
A bastardo.
Very, very good.
Perfect.
I both do and don't look forward to the edit.
I've insulted the Isles of Japan.
Living in constant fear of witchcraft.
I was about to dive headfirst into kindling.
Oh, goodness me. This beer is bullshit.
I thought this was a teetotal episode.
It was gonna.
It's for Eric.
It
He's only drinking beer.
It was gonna be when we thought it was gonna be like an early afternoon thing, but then it kept getting pushed back, and it's ended up being basically. Actually, no. We'd not normally have started by now, I guess.
I planned to drink, and then I woke up this morning and thought better of it.
No.
Not today.
Well, I've had these beer 52s in the fridge, so I figured I'd go through a couple of them. Well, we've had two lots of it. I took advantage of the same deal twice because B got the exact same offer I did to get a crate of 10 for £10. But it does mean that she now has to call and cancel as well. And I've recommended to use my method of saying that you've been put on long-term medication that means you can't drink, because they stop trying to offer you cheaper beer after that point. But what might look quite bad is if two people registered to the exact same address both call up and say, I've been put on long-term medication and I can't drink. What a depressed household that must be.
Actually, what if it is, I'm really sorry, but my partner has just been put on long-term medication.
Oh.
I believe he phoned you up.
Oh, that's good. That is good. That way, if they do connect the dots,
Yeah.
out of solidarity, she's not drinking either.
Yeah, and you're hoping they do connect the dots because that makes it
Because then it
more
then
legit,
it
if
matches.
anything.
It all fits up, and then it's kind of sad.
Yeah,
A perfect
which is
lie,
which is
though.
the goal for every relationship, really, isn't
Which is, yeah, I mean, that's what I wanted from the Beer 52. Wonderful customer service. I wanted to make them sad.
it?
Because they do have wonderful customer service, and that's why you have to resort to these dirty tactics. Otherwise, they do convince you to buy more beer because they're so nice.
This actually reminded me of something I was going to do a while back for a segment.
Oh?
Remember the Life Pro Tip
Yes.
fucking segment?
Yes.
Where it turned out that they were just shit PSAs?
Yeah, they were bollocks.
Yeah.
There's
Basically,
another
like,
one.
don't burn yourself on the oven.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't trip over,
Yeah.
you idiot.
Knives are sharp, don't put them in you.
there's another one, which is far more interesting, called Unethical Life Pro Tips.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. It sounds
that's good. Like,
it sounds less PSA, more kink.
I like this. I like the sound of this.
So some of these probably can't be used again because some of them are pretty atrocious, but I'll do the same thing as I did last time. I'm going to give you pretty much the first half of it. So I'm going to give you the if section, and you can tell me the then you should do this section.
Okay.
Or something similar. So if a relative keeps asking you about having kids, lie that the wife is pregnant, and then...
Say that she had
have
a
them
miscarriage, I
miscarry.
assume.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
where these stand. That's pretty rough, that one.
Ooh.
I mean, it's yeah.
I mean, I kind of do need a solution to that.
Give your kids a bag of coal each for Christmas this year. When they cry, just tell them that Santa is wrong and you'll get it sorted. Then...
Spend all day peacefully on your own in your little home office having a beer and just saying that you're on hold with Santa and you get the day to yourself. I'm on hold with Santa. I'm going to sort it out. I'm getting it sorted. I'm getting it sorted. Just leave me to it. I'm just on hold now. I'll be. They said I'm next in line. And then you keep getting transferred between departments at Lapland, and you spend all day up there just watching Netflix and drinking beer, the way that you really wanted to spend Christmas Day, and presumably your partner and other adult family have to deal with the kids. I think I like that better than what the actual finisher is for that one.
Yeah.
Did you have anything for that, Will?
No, the conclusion to that, by the way, is that they don't get presents; they just get coal because you never got through. You spent all day trying. You did your best, but you didn't manage it.
But hey, you had a few beers.
Yeah. Oh, you had a lovely day,
Eric.
and they know you tried.
Yeah.
That's what happens there.
I mean, you've painted such a vivid picture there that I feel like that is what should happen. But I assume what you're going to say is that you then buy all of their presents in the sale so that you save a bunch of money.
You know what, Will? You are the least ethical man I know.
Oh, wow.
So, once the shop's open, buy what they asked for.
That's
They will
genius.
think that you're a legend and Santa is a dick, and you will also get presents for half price.
Oh, that is genius.
I assume,
That is genius.
Yep. Nice to see that old weird making things in his shed granddad Daddy Will over there.
He's a frugal boy.
Is planning to give his kids
yeah.
coal.
Say what you want about
Oh,
his
yeah, no, I've
horrendous
gotta have a
midlife
backup for when
crises to come, but he's getting a good deal on it.
Oh yeah, you've got to have a backup plan for when the furniture doesn't
That
work.
is genuinely a really good idea, though. I mean, maybe not the giving them coal bit. That's a bit overkill, maybe. But I was going to say, they're kids. They don't know. You could just lie. Just tell them, no, it's not Christmas today. Basically, just lie about when Christmas is. They're not going to know.
At what age do you stop doing that because they'll realise that you're an abuser? when they go
You're
to
a
school and they're like,
tight-fisted
hang
abuser.
on a second, our dad might be a dickhead.
I think you just keep going until they find out.
I think they find out, and then you keep
And
going.
then you just say, well, this is why it was cheaper.
Yeah.
I think you lie to them until they figure it out, and then you just say, yeah, I was lying.
That's actually what they do with Santa, isn't it? That's literally
Essentially, that's what
literally how
people
they do
that's
it,
what
so-
parents do with Santa.
yeah.
Is like, yeah, we lied for I don't know, 7-8 years.
And then they carried on with it anyways.
My parents told some whoppers about Santa. I was an inquisitive child, and I had problems with the logistics of the operation from an early age. I was like, well, that doesn't sound right. There's no ways.
Christ, you were boring.
Our fireplace is boarded up. It's not.
Dull kid.
It's not. It's that chimney's decommissioned.
5-year-old Eric with his cartographer's table trying to figure out the logistics of this.
How
and going,
is Santa
it just
getting
doesn't
down
add
our
up.
decommissioned chimney? And it had like a little vent in the board of the chimney, and then they made up a whole thing that he has these special pills that he can take to shrink himself down so he can fit through the vents, and then he takes another pill to make him regular sized again. And they tried to use time zones to explain how he'd have enough time to get round everyone. That he basically has like 2 days worth of night time to get round everyone. So I was like, okay, I guess, yeah, he would have more time than I thought. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm buying it, but I'm watching.
We're not done here, but all right. I see where you're coming from.
Error.
I see where you're coming from. All right. I'll have a think. I'll be back.
Tiny Eric wearing dungarees and a shirt for some reason, and he's just walked in and just like tapping his watch, going on and see how this is possible. He's pointing at the decommissioned fireplace. He's got a pencil behind his ear. He's unhappy.
Something about this smacks of bullshit, mother.
Smacks
I
it.
just like the idea that the little 5-year-old knows the chimney's decommissioned. He's learning how to spell table or something, but he knows decommissioned.
I remember vividly asking about the fireplace, how he's getting through that, and I was in the car at the time. It wasn't even anywhere near Christmas, I don't think. I think it was some point in the year, and I was just working it over in my head. I'm like, how's he doing that? I just remember being in the back of the car midsummer, be like, hang on a minute. How'd to get through the little holes?
Okay, what about the presents? Some of the presents are bigger than the little hole.
How does he shrink the presents? If he has the pill, how do the presents get small? How does he get them through?
Presents can't take pills. Got no mouth.
Presents can't take pills. They've got no mouth.
Answer me that, mother.
Oh, he comes down. Once he's in through the chimney, he opens the window, and then he can bring them in through the window. Oh, all right. I guess they would fit through the window. All right.
Did you ever try and catch him?
Yeah.
Or by the time it came around to Christmas, did you believe too hard and you were like, "Well, they've convinced me all year. I'll let it slide for tonight."
I think one year I had the gumption and intelligence enough to think of trying to catch him, but also young enough to still think that it might be real. I think I very quickly started to become skeptical, which is why I wanted to try and catch him. I think at that point I already had the hunch that it was my parents, and I wanted to catch them. Essentially,
yeah.
I catch them in their lie.
Their gift-giving lies.
But I mean, I as a kid, I went to sleep real easy. I probably managed to stay awake for like 5 minutes, and then I was out like a light. Yeah. I wasn't able to follow through.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you think that Santa's going to come in soon.
Yeah,
but your parents are still downstairs watching the top 50 Christmas songs.
Yeah, I went to bed at like 7 in the evening and had grand plans of staying up to catch Santa, and my parents watched TV for like another 4 hours. before doing the present thing and then going to bed at a relatively normal time. But I'd have been fast asleep. I'd have been gone.
Yeah, long gone.
I'm not staying awake for 4 hours in my bed, being quiet. Just don't make a sound. Make sure they think you're asleep the whole time. Like, if any kid manages that for that long, they're going to be a psychopath. That's the prequel to a serial killer.
I look forward to your child doing that.
I'm not having children.
No. Fair enough.
That's why I need to use that miscarriage advice.
Fair enough. Oh well. Any more pro-life tips?
Some of these are so fucking weird. Koalas have a 20% chance of being infected with chlamydia and many more carrying the disease. So if you're harbouring koala refugees from the Australian bushfires... don't kiss them.
What?
Can you get it through passing saliva?
So I've no idea. It doesn't actually say. I don't even know if there's. I mean, it's got 33.7k upvotes. So clearly, a lot of people thought it was good. It was basically what it implies you could do, and it also what it implies you probably have done as well.
I do not. I don't know. It'll be something to do with
like getting it to piss on a. Like to get a sample from it so that you could have a positive chlamydia test and then use that somehow to scare your previous partners into thinking they've got chlamydia. Interestingly, I don't know if that's more unethical or less so than this. I mean, this isn't really a pro tip that I'm coming up with. This is just a weird revenge thing.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of these are weird revenge things. If you are harbouring koala refugees from the Australian bushfires and you cheated on your spouse and got chlamydia, use this as an excuse. I was harbouring the chlamydia bears.
I was harbouring a chlamydia bear, and I got chlamydia from the chlamydia bear. How did you get chlamydia from the chlamydia bear? What did you do?
Did you just you fucked a chlamydia bear, didn't you?
What did you do to that chlamydia bear?
Yeah, what? Yeah. Why does it look like that?
Is it better or worse that you got it from the bear? That's the real question.
Yeah, that's
the real question. There is: would you rather have got it from the bear?
Did you? Oh, so you cheated on me with someone that wasn't a member of this species. That's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're cuddly and cute, but I wouldn't.
I don't know. It kind of is better because then, if they cheat on you with an animal, then you can sort of write them off as a, well, yeah, see ya.
It's definitely not me.
It's definitely not me. It's you. Yeah.
Yes.
Whereas if they cheat on you with a person, it's like, oh, okay, that's
well,
horrible.
Then surely it's better for the bear. Then it's better to do it with the bear, because then they get out of this and they go, well, it wasn't going to be me ever. I'm clearly not the issue.
It's not me, it's the bear.
It's not me, it's the bear.
Exactly.
It's not me, it's the chlamydia bear.
With those
It's the
eucalyptus eating cheeks.
Like when they start calling things like depression the black dog, you can start calling any STI the chlamydia bear.
Yeah.
So this is one from school and college.
Mm-hmm.
Shockingly, a lot more PC than catching chlamydia from a koala. When I don't want to get caught plagiarising off Wiki, I do what to the article?
Oh, I don't know, put spelling mistakes in it.
Use all the references from the bottom of Wikipedia.
I mean, I used to do that. That's a good one. That's a good one that I used to do, to be fair. No. Spelling it wrong is the closest so far, though.
I'm just jumbling up the way the sentences are formed.
So, okay, this is pretty much what he's doing.
Change every single I to we. You and Wikipedia.
Wee queepedy wee wee.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Control H-I. W-E. Sorted.
So it's I translate the article to French, and then Hindi, and then back to English, and chip off any grammatical errors, and then get praise for my hard work.
Wow. Oh, I wish I'd known that before.
That's a really good one.
Yeah. That's fantastic. I
quite
wish I'd
funny.
known that.
Chip off any grammatical errors. That's good.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, that's genuinely a really good one. I am never afeared, nor will I ever have. I will never put myself in a position where I wish to have a chlamydia bear in my house. And even if I were in that position, I will never be able to, because they don't have chlamydia bears in the UK.
No.
But I wish I had learnt about the French
wish
Hindi
I'd known
Wikipedia
that,
thing.
yeah.
That's really good.
I wish I'd known that. And I don't really
I
think
felt
that's
so
unethical.
unethical while doing it, though.
I don't think it's unethical. I think if it's a bullshit homework, it doesn't even get marked or anything. It's just homework or it's whatever, or it's a subject you really just don't care about. Why not? Just why spend time and effort on a subject that you don't care about? Just copy and paste from Wikipedia.
Absolutely. So along those lines, actually, we've got another one. To cheat at exams. To cheat at exams.
To cheat at
Very nice.
exams.
Where are you two going? Your accent is slowly going somewhere.
To
You're
cheat
both
at
not quite there.
exams.
It's like you're going to 18th century Prussia or something.
To cheat
That's
at
how you slowly
exams. Buy a water bottle. To cheat at exams, buy a water bottle with a paper label. Remove the label, and then do what to it?
Oh, yeah, it's write all the answers on the inside of the label, and then just slowly peel it in the
Okay,
exam.
so it's similar, but bigger brain than that in our.
Oh, do you write them all back? Do you write all the notes
No,
backwards so that you can only
fill
read
the
it
water
through the
bottle with squash, so you can't see it until you drink it.
I was thinking, who's that helping?
So that when you go in with it, it's just a bottle of squash.
Yeah,
and then you can't see. It's not at all visible.
So
and then you have to drink down.
Okay. Right, I'm going to give you one more chance.
All right.
Imagine you're sitting exams nowadays, knowing what we know and doing what we can do, compared to back in the day when smartphones, for instance, were pretty much just stupid phones. Bring yourself into the present, gentlemen.
I don't see how the present would help us. I'm not really in the present.
Thank you, Captain Picard. I don't really see how the present could help us. Okay. So, I quite like this one. To cheat at exams, buy a water bottle with a paper label. Remove the label, scan it, and then use Paint or any Photoshop app to add cheat codes instead of the label info. Print the edited label, cut to size, and glue it to the bottle. Bring the bottle to the exam.
That's so much effort.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of effort.
That's
I think
so
my way's
much
better.
effort.
Just write on the inside of it and fill it with squash.
You say
Yeah.
that, but you wingdings French once, so you don't have a leg to
Yeah, I
stand
did
on
put
there.
a lot of time into that.
Yeah.
Put a lot of time into that, because not only did I have to come up with all those dingbats, I actually had to learn other bits around it as well. I did still have to remember stuff. And remember what I fucking meant by a picture of a parrot, and then in brackets a -T.
Right, go on then. You've probably got one more.
We've got one more, you two, haven't you, with your fucking segments and your questions.
Yeah, your goddamn organisation.
Your goddamn viable content keeps just pouring out of you, doesn't it?
Oh no, you're too good this week to me.
This is
Do you
the
have one
most
more?
backhanded a compliment has ever been, to be honest. Do you want another one from school and college, or do you want me to just go for the top of all time?
Oh, go on,
sort
go
of thing?
top, go top.
They're all pretty shit at the top, to be honest. They're all just dickheads. But let's go for this one.
That sounded like that was going to be the perfect outro. It's pretty shit at the top.
It's pretty shit.
I'm pretty sure you
pretty shit at
ended
the
one
top.
of them with something similar to that.
I probably did.
Yeah, I think that was more or less one of your outros.
If you ever get caught sleeping at work, wake up or pretend to wake up groggily, and then say what?
Oh.
So you're asleep at your desk at work, and you've been caught.
Mm.
Oh god, I should really go home by now.
Okay,
What day is it?
let's say it's not past 5 p.m. in your strange world of the polite northeast. I should really go home right now.
I.e., you'd
I'm
been
quite
there all
tired,
night.
duck.
I don't know. Claim you've got narcolepsy. Say I've been overworked and I've
And
I've
underpaid.
passed out because of these sweatshop conditions that you keep me in.
Cool.
Stay back, demons! And then run.
Okay, so you
Yeah, shout nonsense and flee the scene.
point at
Please.
Matthew McConaughey behind the bookcase and run.
Yeah, point at Matthew
Don't throw your
McConaughey.
lies in the
Shout,
sand.
and just run out of the room. Or someone who
okay,
looks
it's-
vaguely similar to Matthew McConaughey. And if you can't find someone who looks like Matthew McConaughey. McConaughey? McConaughey. Point to the nearest plug socket and say the same thing.
In a world where audio begins to melt under extreme heat, Matthew McConaughey slowly morphs into Matthew McConaughey. Anyway, as I was saying, Matthew McConaughey.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm the
Jesus.
only one drinking.
That's the excuse. Just wake up from your desk and say, sorry, I'm the only one drinking.
Sorry, if everyone else was drinking, this behaviour would seem normal.
Yeah.
So this is
a shit
really
party.
a you problem, and I mean you
Right.
plural. Vous.
Well,
What?
that's just, Eric was really getting into something then. It was really, he was about to Matthew McConaughey himself into some sort of situation. Will, have you got any guesses as you're getting further away from the camera and guess you're getting more and more orange and shiny?
Yeah, I'm a bit sunburnt, and it's the light's not helping. I assume that you couldn't say something like the rehypnol in this tea's quite strong, or
Never order the Rohypnol. We all know that. Never
No.
order the Rohypnol. 2 sugars is fine. Don't bother eating it. It just doesn't work. So if you ever get caught sleeping at your desk at work, say, they told me at the blood bank that this would happen. I'm really sorry.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's much better than our ideas.
Yeah. It's Matthew McConaughey.
General nonsense.
He's behind the booth.
I'm sorry, I'm the only one drinking. Matthew McConaughey's over there.
Collapses into bin, walks off with bin on head.
Matthew McConaughey's over there. There's Rohypnol and a cup of tea.
You are so beautiful, wife. He runs his hands down my leg, then grasps my left foot. You have such lovely legs. I want to kiss every inch of them. Starting here. He presses his lips against my big toe and then grazes the pad with his teeth. Everything south of my waistline convulses. His tongue glides up my instep, and his teeth skim my heel and up my ankle. He trails kisses up the inside of my calf, soft, wet kisses. I wriggle beneath him. Still,
Mr. Falcon,
he warns. And suddenly he flops me onto my stomach and continues his leisurely journey with his mouth up the backs of my legs to my thighs, my behind, and then he stops. I groan. Please. I want you naked, he murmurs, and slowly unlocks my corset, one hand hook at a time. When it's flat on the bed beneath me, he runs his tongue up my length of my spine.
Bastardo.
Please. What do you want?
Mr. Falcon.
His words are soft and close to my ear. He's almost lying on top of me. I can feel him hard against my behind. You.
The Frank Herbert once said, "There is no real ending, it's just the place where you stop the story." And sadly, that's no true. No matter how that's no true.
Fucked it again.
Thank you, Finn's Asian replacement.
Oh, that's perfect. Fucked it again.